Guys, welcome back to another Grow Your BnB video. So today's video is another short-term rental series 1, episode 3. Now, if you guys haven't seen the last two videos, there's some interesting videos I've done, so please make sure you go and check it out. But today's video is all about how to create the best website to get you some direct bookings. So guys, my name is Piers from GrowYourBnb.com. Now, I must say, you know what? If you're like me, if you don't like watching videos all the time, I would definitely tell you, leave this as a podcast on the side. You don't have to watch this video, so if you're working, just play it on your side. At least I'm going through some points with you, and you can always come back and watch it later if you're not sure about anything. So firstly, what is direct booking, and what is, pretty much every short-term rental owners around the world after this. So firstly, direct booking is something that you get directly to your brand. So, there's no OTAs, no online travel agent, which means you saved a healthy commissions, right? So you're not going to pay anything commission away. Secondly, for me, it's also about your brand awareness. So the more direct bookings you're getting, which means those people are finding you as a brand, as a business, and that is very, very crucial for me in Grow Your BnB, and that's what we do for most of our clients. Well, I guess there's, we can talk about direct bookings in numbers of ways. You can have your phone being ringing, you can have your, today's thing, which is actually diverting your clients into your website and to be converting them. And there's quite a bit of debate, which I actually go through in week 4 with my Grow Your BnB client. But today, look, I'm going to show you some of the key pointer, which is as important to have in your website. So if you don't have it, please make sure you watch this video, go back into your website and start implementing it. So point number 1, so your property website must have a very attractive landing page. Guys, when people visit your website, the first thing they see is your homepage, right? And if it's not attractive, if you've not lined stuff together well, your clients will either be put off from not booking with you, or they might not find enough information that's going to allow them to not book with you, right? So very, very important to have a very attractive landing page. Right, the second pointer we've got is make sure you are compatible with any devices. Now, you know what? When you're hiring your website designer, they could just make sure, if you don't tell them, they might just be able to create something for your desktop. But then eventually, if somebody watches you on a mobile, they might not be able to find or align the website properly. So very important that you're compatible, or your website is compatible with pretty much, I'd say, all the devices. And do you know what? One of the video I'm going to do pretty soon is about how your Google My Business will show you where your users are actually finding you. So now point number 3, it's quite debatable actually. So you need a booking engine on your website. Now, for me, if you're a new operator, it can be quite challenging to integrate everything, such as your calendar into your channel manager, your pricing, making sure you have a secured payment gateway. But as you're growing your business, and we're talking units over 5, 10, then maybe you have an option to create something which is more booking conversion related, right? But in your early days, I must say that is not as important, but something that you must be aware of. So point number 4 is to optimize your website for Google. Now, if you're new to the business, you might not be educated around SEOs and keywords. And this is something that, again, your website designer should be able to kind of guide you over. One of the things is, look, there's so many competition right now. I'm working with people from Birmingham in the UK, so I've got followers from US, Australia, and Birmingham is currently a city full of service accommodation operators. And the problem there is everyone's chasing the online OTA game, and nobody's investing on their SEO ranking on their website. So something that you must be aware of, and if you are, and you might be someone who's looking to invest in Birmingham, right? Please make sure you are investing on your website being ranked on Google, and something that I'm going to cover in few videos, that you'll see how that could make a massive difference to your business. Now, number 5, make sure your website is very responsive and quick. Now, as you're growing your business, something that you might not be aware of is your visitors and your unique website, people who are visiting for your website first time. They find it quite difficult to obviously trust you as a newer brand, because they might not have seen you before. So one of the things I've always seen with operators is they will create a website, but the actual response rate, the upload rate is very slow, which means we've realized that maybe 1/3 of your bookings are dropped down purely the fact that your website hasn't actually loaded, and your guest has not been able to get the right information. So please make sure you're watching that speed as soon as possible when you're launching your website. Number 6 is something that many people are aware of, but in a digital world, we're talking about call to action. So when you're creating a website, you can make it look as fancy as possible. Now, this month I've probably worked with about 7 to 8 different operators, and we have seen exactly the same problem with every single operators, which is they make it look so nice and pretty, but there is no call to action. Now, a call to action could be, hey, if you'd like to book with us for 30 nights or more, please drop us a call. That is a simple call to action, but you are now relating to somebody who's going to get yourself a 30 nights booking, right? So please make sure as your page is going through, and please speak to your website designer to add a lot of call to actions to your website. Number 7 is highlight your social proof. Now, if you're new to this business, you might not have any reviews, right? And there might be some challenges you might be facing, especially some of my clients actually, they land a first 30 nights booking and they're like, Piers, how do we get reviews on board? Because you've got a 30 nights client, which means for the first 30 nights, they're not going to have any reviews on their listing. So one of the things you can work around social proof is, create some good social media accounts, make sure you're updating it there, and take those and actually put it back into your website. So not only your clients will go into your website, but they can also see social proof around your social media accounts. And that is very, very important in early days of launching your business. So number 8, use widgets on your website. Now guys, something quite different you might not be aware of is something that pops up in the screen as somebody lands into your website. Now that's somewhere you can start capturing client details, and say you might have seen it with a lot of retails or online stores. When you pop into their website, something pops up in the screen and say 10% off if you subscribe to our monthly subscription or monthly newsletter. Now something like that, it allows you to capture some client details. Now imagine if that was one of the biggest company, corporate company around where your investment area is, and you've captured their information, which ideally means you can retarget market those business back into those clients, right? So even having like 50 throughout the year, that is 50 opportunities that you can go back into creating yourself an email marketing campaign. So please make sure you are adding those add-ons to your website. So number 9, let them compare the rates. Right now, I've seen quite a lot of this happening with newer operators, because one thing they always are looking at is the nightly rates and the profit pricing that I talk about. But eventually, this customers that might have seen you, let's say in OTA, or maybe seen your Google, or now have gone into your website, they are there to know your pricing. So let them compare the pricing, because eventually what they're going to find out is actually being in your website, they're going to save a lot of money, because you're not charging them the commission part of the fees that OTAs are charging, and also the service fee that OTA normally charges. So very important, you're showing your pricing through your website. And the final one is implement a chatbot. Now this is quite different to the industry. A lot of people haven't been able to crack this. I have started working with some clients who have started to implement this, and it's very important that you start trying new things in your business. Now, we're talking about website at the moment, we're talking about direct bookings. There's other ways to get direct bookings too, but making sure you have full potential through your website is by having a live chatbot. And that's something you've got to speak to your specific website designer. And I'm gonna leave a link down below for somebody that I know who works very well in those fields. So yeah, please make sure you contact them too. Well, finally guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Another episode that I wanted to get out there for you guys. I've been getting loads of comments down with different people asking us different types of video. We are going to shortly do some operational videos for you guys as well. But at the moment, the biggest thing in our industry is direct booking for service accommodation. And I'd love for you to actually implement this. I'd love you to take action. And eventually, if you've got any further question about this, please make sure you comment down below. Well, this is Piers from GrowYourBnb.com. And if you need anything regarding short-term rental business, we are about to launch Short-Term Rental Dictionary, which is going to have loads of terms that you can learn about in the business, be it in the UK or abroad. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back with another video soon.